グッドだ、ハロー。皆さんこんにちは。Momoと編集長のMomoです。今日はなんと2つの違ったタイプの部屋というか家に住んでいる2人のお友達に来ていただいて、なんとインタビューをさせていただけることになったので、家を探すのがどれだけ大変なのかと、あとは今後の9月からアムステルダムに来てお家を探す方へのアドバイスなどを英語で聞いていけたらなと思います。すべて全編英語なんですけれども、ここにサブタイトルつけるのでわかるようになっています。Let's go! The first question, what kind of housing are you living right now? And do you live with someone or you live alone?
Now I'm living in a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm sharing with a friend, so we don't pay the full amount of rent. We just split the half based on how big our rooms are. We share bathroom, kitchen, and dining table. However, we both have our own bedrooms. We're near uni, so that's a plus. And for our contract, we just stay minimum 2 years, for which after those 2 years we can extend the contract or try to find anywhere else to live.
I live in a normal house. It's not like a student housing. I live with one Dutch lady. She's a host. It's like a share house. So I have my own room. And then we share bathroom and toilet and the kitchen. And sometimes I can use the living room, but most of the time it's her area.
Okay, so the second question is, was your room furnished or unfurnished when you started living?
Mine wasn't furnished, so we had to buy everything. It's still getting furnished, so it takes around 2 months.
Wow,
to buy the bed, and then assemble everything. It takes a lot of time.
Furniture is here expensive, or is there cheap options for students?
I would say Facebook Marketplace has a lot of second-hand.
Oh, okay.
I also use it.
Right.
So online.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, I bought my stuff in IKEA. I don't have much stuff besides the bed and the desk. But still super fun. So
Okay.
it just takes time.
Okay. What about you?
So mine was furnished, but I didn't like the bed and I didn't like the table. I bought second-hand bed and second-hand table.
Oh.
So I also used the Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
It's like Marketplace.
Marketplace.
You have to be careful when you use it because there are a lot of scams. Finding on the Facebook app or Marketplace.
Okay. So you can find it on Facebook. Question. What was the process like for finding housing or renting housing?
Oh, it was super hard. it was very stressful.
Yes.
Because first of all, if you want to get an apartment, they usually don't accept students. Because they have the perspective that as students we're gonna party a lot and we have low budgets, so we don't have any stable work to pay rent. So that gives preference from owners to just go for someone that actually has a stable job now. And there is a lot of waiting lines for just one room. Yeah, especially in the viewings, when you go to viewing just to see a place.
How many viewings did you go?
No idea. I used to go like 3 per day.
Wow.
Also, they ask for financial proof. You have to write a statement about yourself, really mentioning that the type of person you are, and mentioning you are not a smoking person, you don't party a lot.
Yeah.
That way you may get a chance as a student, right? It's super hard. It's full of scammers as well, so it's pretty unsafe.
Was it even hard when you had a proof of income from your parents?
It was super hard.
Was it because you are a student, you're not working by yourself?
Yeah, they usually ask for a guarantor, which is someone who's providing the money.
Okay.
And they prefer someone directly providing the money, not an external person like my parents.
Okay.
So I had to explain my parents they don't live here, however I receive the money, but that's not really convincing for them. I try to contact uni to get support, because of course that relates to my studies. But their email basically said that if they cannot do anything and I just should stop paying tuition fee and just drop out if I don't get a place.
He actually took a screenshot of the email that he got from uni at the time, and it was like this. So as you see from the picture, university doesn't help at all, and a lot of students suffer because of that.
They know about the problem, but they don't really give us practical
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot of room NL, and that's based on how long you're registered from the website.
Mm-hmm.
I registered before coming here, and still my position to get a room.
Before coming here.
And even my position was not like sufficient to get one room.
Oh my god.
You need to register at least like 4 years in advance to just get the priority just to get a room.
Like, how can international students do that? What about you? For you, Juwon?
Used like private.
Come
Yeah.
closer.
I used a private dormitory system, like provided by university. But that's maximum of 1 year. So after that, I couldn't find the housing by myself. So I used like Korean agency. So I paid 300 to find a place, and then they find this place that I'm living right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I find room.nl. You have to like make an account, and then it's better to do it as soon as possible. So if anyone planning to come to Amsterdam, like maybe next year, if you still have like 2-3 years more, but just register it now.
Earlier you applied or registered, better the chance that you will get. I see. What kind of website? Well, you were already talking about website, room.nl, student experience, but is there any other website that you recommend them to use to find housing?
Yeah, there's one website called Pararius,
Yes.
and that's really helpful. However, there's a lot of competition, and
Okay.
You can.
What is it about? Yes.
Oh, it's more like apartments, so not really student housing, and you just fill a form. And however, it's much more easier if you call them. That's much more efficient. Friends of mine got an apartment to Paradies, and I think
Me.
it's really useful. Yeah, Momo got an apartment. Yeah, Momo got it. So, but
Thanks
you should
to
be
Paradies.
insistent and call.
Yes.
Yeah.
Student experience, and then Holland to stay. High condo.
Wow, what is it? I didn't know.
High condo is also student housing, and these are the most popular.
Websites
Yeah.
among students.
And
I will put the links below in this description. So if you are wondering how the website looks like, you should check the description. Question 5. How did you manage to secure rental property in such a competitive market? Did you have any tips?
I think it's better to do it, find the room directly, because if you do it through agency,
Yes.
it might be comfortable, but if you meet a wrong agency, they will get more money.
Oh,
What about you?
I got my assistance through an agent because I couldn't find a place on my own. And the agents do help a lot, especially getting into viewings. They don't really secure your place. That's more of your side. You have to talk with the owners. I had 2 interviews with the owner, and well, my friend and I, my roommate and I, and we video called the owner, tried to talk with her. More the things we do, where we're from, where we study, and also we were working at that time, so I think that kind of helped us. But I got my help through a real estate agent because I couldn't find my own.
So question 6. So we've been talking about how difficult it is to find housing, but what was the biggest challenge for you to find a place?
Mostly competitiveness, because there are not much housing for the amount of people. I think that's an issue. There are a lot of people in limited housing, which of course makes it more competitive, and that also makes owners have the power to rise the prices.
That's so good.
And
Bargaining power.
bargaining power. So especially there were some places where they were not really close to uni, and they were charging like super high prices. As a challenger, I also say being student is also a challenge because we don't get really taken seriously.
Yeah, and then there's like in Holland to stay, there's a building only like working professional can live.
Okay.
So as a student, I cannot even like register.
Being international.
Yes, exactly.
Especially in Facebook, where some people they write the whole post in Dutch. And they put on brackets only Dutch people can apply, or only females, or only above a certain age. So that's an issue.
Question 7. You of course had requirement on yourself when you find a place of like, let's say I want somewhere that I have my private room, or close to uni, or safe area. There are like a lot of requirements for yourself as well. How did you prioritize those requirements on yourself, and what was the must-have priorities that you thought of at the time?
So mine was first a price that would fit in my budget, because of course I cannot pay a super high price. That kind of like shrinks my whole other expenses. And I wanted a private bedroom. Because I didn't have a place, I didn't have an own private space, which is super necessary. In uni, that way I could spend less on public transportation, which is really high. I consider it super high in the Netherlands. And just having a kitchen or a toilet, and even if I had to share an apartment, not sharing with people I don't know, or just not sharing with too much people. That way I can have some peace in my building, right?
Yes, peaceful. What about you,
For
Juwon?
me, of course, we have to consider the price of the rent, but it's really important how close the place is to the uni. Because we are students, we have to study, but it's really hard to go to library or somewhere if you live really far. So I think if it's not too expensive, it's good to find a place near university. I live 2 minutes.
This is amazing.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yes.
And then the private room.
Yeah.
I can share kitchen and bathroom, but I'll never share the bed.
Next one, question 8.
8.
When you were finding housing, how many hours a minute did you put daily to find housing at the time?
Please.
I was actually looking for like a studio, but I was also looking for just share an apartment or something.
Okay.
A lot of people are now looking for a room.
Yeah.
So it's really competitive. So if you want to find some like room, like shared room on Facebook, I just like scroll down the whole Facebook like whole day.
Like entire day?
Yeah.
Like whenever you had 5 minutes or 10 minutes?
Because like if someone posts something, like in 1 minute, people say like PM sent, something sent. Like,
so it's better to be always on time on replying.
yeah, if you are looking for a room, you always have to be prepared. Like, because every week, like in the case of student housing lottery, every week there are new like available room on the website, so you have to like register it like right away.
What about you, Fabian?
I don't know exactly. However, it was a similar case. So I used to just check Facebook, then try to respond as quickly as possible. So for that, I just wrote on notes a whole statement with what I'm doing, what I'm studying, how am I, and I just used to copy paste to every message. And what they like, because I asked someone that was also renting a place, what I ask is like to include photos of yourself, because that way they know you're a real person and they can kind of picture your photo with what you're saying about yourself. That can help, but it was like every day just calling in horarios, applying to lottery systems.
Yes.
Every student experience, phone to say every Wednesday or something. I don't know. It was like
Okay. So last question. This is pretty important for them, especially.
Yeah.
I think. What kind of advice would you give to other students or prospective students who are coming to Amsterdam soon to find housing in this?
oh, okay. I would say on your first year, because you're probably gonna get housing mostly for 1 year. Well, that was my case. So I would say make a lot of connections. So meeting new people, which is also really nice. Participate in the lottery systems as like student experience, how to stay, because you can also be lucky to get one room, and that way you save yourself from all the time consuming that it takes to find a house and everything. But what did help to me, and I was kind of embarrassed to do at first, was asking for help, especially my friends. So I was asking everyone if they know someone that might be renting a room. For me, I was kind of embarrassed also because I didn't want to bother people, and I was constantly just asking this to people I just met. But this way is how I got my apartment. I got lucky because I met my two friends just got an apartment, so I asked them, hey, how do you got it? And they sent me a contact. And that's how I got my apartment now. So it's pretty useful to just ask for help.
Actually, some of my friends also like put post on their story.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh, I'm looking for housing, this is budget, and in that way you may find connection who is looking for tenants faster than just asking in person. So you could also try gaining more followers on Instagram. What do you think? Juwon?
Do register as soon as possible.
Okay.
Like lottery, like register now doesn't really useful because it's lottery. But if it's a waiting list, just do it now.
Now.
I've been here since 2018. If I register something
At the time?
2018, I'm get a really cheap and nice house, but I didn't. So just do it now because you don't know how long you're gonna live here. So yeah, just do it now.
Okay.
It's also 25 euros to register.
Oh!
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
It's pretty cheap.
it's pretty.
Okay, I thought it's more expensive.
Well, it's cheap, but of course you need to wait some years to
It's
get
not
it.
guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed, but it can help you if depends how long you're staying.
Yeah. Okay, thank you guys for the time today. This video will for sure help millions of people in front of the camera there. If you have any more questions about finding housing or renting housing, how living in Amsterdam looks like, you can always text me or comment on this video so that I can answer by myself or I can ask them to answer. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Thumb up if you like the video and subscribe to my channel, please.
Bye.
Perfect.